Gentlemen, welcome to our Richardson Ranch auction today, and on behalf of Richardson Ranch, Hurlstone Park, Richardson Ranch, Marrickville, Richard Perry, our selling agent, with Andrew Knox, Sarah Dendrinos, Peter Dendrinos, I'm Peter Baldwin, the chief auctioneer of the Richardson Ranch Group, established in 1858. To Bellombi Street we go now to Viadora Cottage. The residence that comes up to us today in CAMPSIE under the vendor's contract, the Property Stock and Business Agents Act of 2002-2003, where terms and conditions of auction say subject to reserve price, the highest bidder will be the purchaser. In the event of a disputed bid, the auctioneer is the sole arbitrator and the decision of the auctioneer is final. The auctioneer can refuse any bid that he feels is not in the vendor's best interest. The right to bid on behalf of the vendor reserved and specified as one bid, and a bidder is deemed to be the principal bidder unless prior to the auction an authority is handed to us allowing a person to bid for and on behalf of another. Please note, at the fall of the hammer we need 10% deposit of the purchase price to be paid by the successful bidder. Bidders need to be registered to bid. We can only accept bids from those who've registered to bid. We need the bids to come in before the gavel falls, as we don't accept late bids and we can't. Viadora Cottage, charming late Victorian, early Federation property, great dual income asset. This one, Shirley Genford of Genford Conveyancing, says 20 Bellombi Street in CAMPSIE, lot 7, section H, of deposited plan 2785. Classic period residence, decorative facade, full width veranda with the fretwork there, the individual self-contained accommodation. Property of course has the bonus of the 2 driveways, big bonus to it. Blinds included, the tessellated tiled path, the timber floors, the clothesline, dishwasher, insect screens, light fittings, rangewood stove, TV antenna, ceiling fans, 2 giant wine barrels in the garden. We exclude the frangipani tree and the plants in the pots. Now settlement, please take note. The contract reads settlement at 120 days. There is a provision in the contract for the vendors to require an earlier settlement, and that means that the vendors may require the purchaser to settle after a period of 42 days. They issue 21 days notice to settle, so please be advised of those terms in the contract. R3 is the zoning. It's a medium density zoning here from Canterbury Bankstown, with title, drainage, a copy of the deposited plan, all annexed to the contract. This area used to be known as Silver Park. Silver Park, of course, is bounded, of course, by CAMPSIE to one end, down to the Cooks River to the other end, and of course to the rail line as well. In the Canterbury Ice Rink precinct, and of course over to Tasker Park, and just a lovely pocket to be. CAMPSIE is a red hot suburb in Sydney. This property gives you great opportunities. The typical features of the home, the classic facade, the 3 bedrooms of accommodation in the main residence. The twist to the property comes with the flat, which is located to the side of the property as a good dual income proposition. Good for family, potentially reinstate into a 4-bedroom home with the 2nd bathroom if that's your desire. But that easy level walk to Beamish Street. Lots of activities you see on Canterbury Road in terms of medium and higher density housing. The link up to Curtin Park as well. I call on you to start the bidding here today, remembering an R3 medium density zoning for the property. What say the bidders now? Who's got an opening bid on offer? Set sail now and give me the bid. Who's got a start in mind? Where do we see the hunt? Earlier today we had an auction in Hampstead Road at Dulwich Hill. Expectation for that home was $1.6 million. It made $1,910,000 in Dulwich Hill for an original Federation home through Richardson Ranch here. Ladies and gentlemen, got to start. I assume the opening bid begins with a 1. I mean, the boom gate doesn't open for House and Garden in CAMPSIE, much under that one. I guess it begins with a 1. I don't know what the feeling is. Is it
1 million?
1 million, a gentleman said. Thank you indeed. And 1 million, bingo, the opening bidders, $1 million bid for it now. Won the bid, now bid 1 million. He's just bought the flat, we better auction the home now. 1 million bid, 1 million the bid, now the bidders, $1 million at an opening bidder. We're going to hear $1,050,000 to bowl on. 1 bid now, 1 a bid now, 1 a bid now, 1 million the bid, the bidder's $1 million now. And I took the gentleman's bid here to the front. Who raises their hand now in a good sharp bid? If you got $1,020,000, that's terrific with me. 1 million the bid, now the bidders, $1 million in the opening bid, and the lamplighter is a gentleman here up front. I bid $1 million bid, and the bid is $1 million now, which got the bidding underway. Do we see $1,020,000 or better? 1 is the bid now, bid $1 million bid for it now. What say you now? Can you advance the bid? $1 million in one bowl bid. Once. Twice. 20, $1,020,000, sir. 1.02 bid, the bid is $1,020,000. 20 bid, and the bid is $1,020,000. Walk station home, and the bid is $1,020,000 bid for it now. 40, $1,040,000 at the back. $1,040,000 bid, do we make it 60? 1.04 bid, the bid is $1,040,000 bid, now the bid is $1,040,000. Have I got 60 to go on? Who rallies on with a bid of $1,060,000 to advance? 1.04 in the high vis there, and the bid is $1,040,000 with the gentleman. Who's going to say $1,060,000 to part with the next bid? 1.04 bid, the bid is $1,040,000, a home and income opportunity, but at $1,040,000 bid. Once. 50. Million and 50. 1.0550 should bid, sir. The bid is a minute and 50. We got 60. 60, thank you, sir. 1 minute and 60 bid. Million 60 bid. Who makes it 70? 1 minute and 60 the bid. Now the bid is a minute and $60,000 bid to the back. The bid is 1.06. Who raises a paddle to 1 minute and $70,000 or more? 1.06 bid. The bid is a minute and $60,000 bid for it now. Who lights the light with $1,070,000 now? $1,060,000 is the offer, and over we go. $1,060,000 bid. Once. 65. $1,065,000 we hear. The bid is $1,065,000. Steady up now and make the bid $1,070,000 if you can. 106.5 will make it 75. 75? Thank you, sir. 1,075,000. Dug a bit deeper. The bid is $1,075,000. 75 bid. The bid is 107.5. One bid now. One a bid now. $1,075,000. We're thinking $85,000 or more. $1,075,000. The confident offer in the cap, and the bid is $1,075,000. How are we doing on the right, sir? $1,075,000 bid for it now. Can I pick up your further bid? $1,075,000. 85. 108.5 bid. $1,085,000 a bid. Now the bid is $1,085,000 in front here. The bid is $1,085,000. We're thinking 95. 108.5 is the bid now. 1.1 even. $1,085,000 bid for it now. Who's got the keener, stronger, higher offer? $1,085,000 I hold at the front. What's the feeling, sir? 1-1? 1. Okay. 90. 1 minute at 90,000. Million and 90 bid with Peter Dendrinos here. The bid is 90. The bid is a minute at 90. What, 5, sir? 1 minute at 90 bid. The bid is a minute at $90,000 now. 10.90 bid. I bid $1,090,000 and I take the gentleman's bid of $1,090,000 now, and I watch out for more. Plenty of registered bidders here today. Let's see you in the hunt. 1.09 bid. The bid is a minute at $90,000 bid for it now. We ready, set, go with the next bid. $1,090,000. 5. Mighty 5. 109.5 bid to the front. The bid is a minute at 95 and it bounces back in the opening bidder's favour. $1,095,000 bid. The bid is a minute at 95. Do we make the bid of 1.1? 109.5 on bid. The bid is a minute at 95 with the R3 medium density zoning. 1 minute at $95,000 bid for it now with its handiness to Beamish Street and the local primary school. $1,095,000 bid. Have I got $1,100,000 or better? And I do. And I got 1.1. 1.1 of the bid now. The bid is $1,100,000 bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. 1.1. Bid $1,100,000 now. And my call's over the back there. Who joins in now with a bid of $1,105,000, 10 or more? One bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. $1,100,000. And there is my offer. And it's $1,100,000 I hold. Once. 10. 1,110,000. Harder hitting bid, and the bid is 1,110,000. 10 we made it. 20. 1,120,000. 1,120 bid now. The bid is 1,120,000. Do we think 30? 1.12 the bid now. The bid is $1,120,000 now. 1,120 the gentleman gone a wandering. The bid is 1,120,000. Who says 30? 112 on bid now. The bid is 1,120,000. I ask everyone else for the next best bid. $1,120,000 bid. Once. 25 years, sir. Thank you. The bid is 1,125. Major market 1,125,000. Looking out for the gentleman in the cap now. Where did he get to, Andrew? There, the bid is 1,125,000. Oh, he's camouflaging himself over the right here. 1,125. $1,125,000. He gets out of my line of sight. The bid is 1,125. Can we bounce back? 30. Safety in numbers there. 1,130. 1,130 bid. The bid is 30 now. Bid to my right. The bid is 1,130. Over we go again now for the advance. 1.13 we bid. The bid is $1,130,000. We get nice and close now. The bid is 1,130. First call at $1,130,000 bid. 35. 1,135. The bid was 35. The bid of 1,135. Back to you we go again, sir. The bid is 1,135. How do we now? The bid is 1,135. My word, 1,135,000. You've been with us from the outset. The bid is 1,135,000. I'll look for anyone else if they're thinking 1,140,000 or more. 1,135. Here's a player at 40. 1,135,000. Ready? Once. 40. Thanks, sir. The bid is 1,140. 1.14 of the bid now. The bid is 1,140,000. The home with the twin driveways. $1,140,000 bid. Beadura Cottage is the name of the property. The bid is $1,140,000 now. And bit by bit we move along in bids of $5,000 and more. 1.14 million bid, and it's the gentleman closest me with the bid. $1,140,000 bid for it now. 1,140. Now, thinking time, everybody. Decision time. $1,140,000 bid. This gentleman holds a bid here in front. Anyone else contemplating a further bid? It is 1.14. Could be a good piece of the puzzle, this property, this one. The bid is $1,140,000 given its zoning. Long-term play for someone perhaps. $1,140,000 bid. So all I need from everyone here today, I don't wish to procrastinate at the auction. The bid is $1,140,000. Effectively, three parties have taken part in the auction, and the bid is $1,140,000. Gentleman having a discussion with Richard Perry at the moment is the person holding the top bid. We just need to see your best bid. Now, prior to the auction commencing, of course, we're given a written down reserve.
Another 5.
What? Thank you, sir. The bid is 1,145. 45 we made it. The bid is 1,145,000. Against the parties discussing the matter with Andrew Knox now. 1,145 bid. The bid is 1,145,000. Just to let you know, I hold the gentleman's good faith offer here. One bid now, one a bid now, one a bid now. $1,145,000 bid. We'll look to return serve to the front. And we'd be encouraging the next bid of 1,150,000 or better. Home and Garden Torrens title opportunity in CAMPSIE. 1,145. $50. Thank you, sir. The bid is 1,150,000. 1,150 now, 50 now, 50 now. 1,150,000 was bid, and the bid is 1.15 million. Took up the call, took up the running. The bid is $1,150,000 now. As I look, I've got the gentleman's bid to my right with madam. 1,150 now, 50 now, 50 now. $1,150,000 bid, and I'm going to look for another $5,000 to advance. 1.15 million. The gentleman's call there. Who's up for another 5? $1,150,000 called. Bids to the right. 1,150,000. Earlier today, one of our auctioneers submitted a home in Burn Street at Petersham. The expectation for that run-down little two-bedroom cottage was $1 million. It made $1,410,000. A run-down little cottage in Petersham. $1,150,000 called. Gentleman's got the bid here. Okay, this is game on, ladies and gentlemen. Get that best bid up. Won the bid now, won a bid now, won a bid now. $1,155,000. We're on the market and selling. Who's got 60? 57. Well, the bid is 1,157,000, and he came in. Well, it was. You got on top. The bid is 1,157. And here is the bid. 1,157. The bid now. The bid is 57, and the bid is 1,150,000. 60, eh? Thank you, sir. The bid is 1,160. 1,160. The bid. The bid is 1,160,000. On the gentleman on the right, the bid is $1,160,000. We are here to sell today, and getting the best bid we can. The bid is 1,160,000. 1.16 bid. The bid is 1,160,000. I don't wish to rush you unnecessarily. I want to know that you've given me the very, very best bid you can. You've been good bidders to this level. 1,160,000. The least we can do for you is give you the opportunity to have fair and reasonable time. $1,160,000 bid. The bid is 1,160,000. My call is off to the right. It's a very closely contested auction now. $1,160,000. Now you can reach your hand out and you can feel this prize. $1,160,000 bid. Once.
Righto, another 5.
Not the most enthusiastic bid we've heard all year, but 1,165,000 came from the gentleman there. 1,165,000. His bid is 5 and the bid is 1,165,000. Time is afforded now to the family at the front here. I bid 1,165,000 and it bounced back to the opening bidder. Won the bid now, won a bid now, won a bid now. $1,165,000 is my bid square on here. 116. If you need a moment, just tell us, sir. The bid is 1,165,000. 1,165,000 and parties over here too have not fired a shot as yet. I bid $1,165,000 bid, but now we have instructions and they're firm to sell to the top bidder here today. 1,165,000. If you're going to loop the field now, start peddling. $1,165,000 bid and the call is here. 1,165,000. How are we doing, madam and sir? He shrugs the shoulders. 1,165,000. Once. 70. 1,170. 1,170 bid. 1.17 bid. The bid is $1,170,000 now. I've got 70 bid. The bid is $1,170,000 and I've got the call here to the front. We'll keep an eye on the parties to the right. There are some bidders. $1,170,000 and we're going to call for an advance. It's to the parties there with Andrew. $1,170,000 bid and back to the gentleman here and the bid is $1,170,000 or over to the right. Shakes the head. $1,170,000 to bid. Going to give you 3 calls. $1,170,000. One,
2.5.
2.5. 1,172,500 bid. The bid is 1,172,500. 72500 the bid. Now the bid is $1,172,500 bid. Squeezing that last bid out of the bid is $1,172,500. It's a race to the top. 1,172,500. Works on the neck muscles there. The bid is 1,172,500. $1,172,500. 75. 1,175,75 bid and the bid is 1,175. One bid now, one a bid now, one a bid now. 1,175,000. So said the gentleman. $1,175,000 now has been tailored up for the property. 1,175 is the bid and the bid is 1,175,000. First time. $1,175,000 to bid. Twice.
2.5.
1,177.5. $1,177,500 bid. 77.5 the bid. Now it climbs you in for the 118. 1,177,500. $1,177,500 a bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. 1,177,500. All the thinking goes on now. Interest rates lower than when man walked on the moon, so the price of money's cheap and the bid is 1,177,500. As we prompt you to make it 1,180,000 or more. 1,177,500 and on the gentleman's call here is at 80, sir. You've just bought yourself 2 seconds. 1,177,500. 1,180 for luck, and the bid is 1,180,000. 118 the bid now. The bid is 80. The bid is $1,180,000 now. 1.18 bid, and the gentleman's calls here to the front, and the gentleman here to the front get reasonable time too. One bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. $1,180,000 bid, and my bids to the right is 1,180. $1,180,000 bid. Calls here to my right. If the gentleman had care to advance or someone else is going to circle the field, the bid, the offer, $1,180,000 bid. It's 1,180. Once. $1,180,000 in a fight to the finish. Twice. 5. 1,185. Released another 5 AUD and the bid is $1,185,000 now. One bid now, one a bid now, one a bid now. 1,185 is out call and the bid is 1,185. Stays in strong and the bid is $1,185,000 bid from now. Are we going to try and make it 8 for luck? 1,185. 1,185 we bid, the bid is $1,185. Popular CAMPSIE. 3 more makes it 1188. $1,185,000. As the sun pours down on the home now of $1,185,000. Once. He'll do 88 for luck. The bid is 1188. And the bid is 1188 bid. One the bid now, one a bid now, one the bid is 1,188,000. Sneak clear with a stronger bid. 1188 the bid now, the bid is $1,188,000, and I take the couple's bid there to my right hand side. The bid is $1,188,000. 90. 1190 now. One call now, the bid is 1190 bid, the bid is 1,190,000. Here's the call to the front. 1.19 million bid, and the gentleman holds a call here to the front. 1190 the bid now, the bid is $1,190,000 now as we see it right through to the finish. Richard's got the call there. $1,190,000 now as we ask for your best and your highest price. Once. $1,190,000 bid. Twice. 2.5. 1,192,500. The bid was 2.5 more. 1190, 2.5, and the bid is $1,192,500 bid for now. Out we go again for the advance. The bid is $1,192,500. Deep in thought, thinking about the next move, acknowledging, of course, that the property is to be sold here today at the fall of the hammer. And the bid is $1,192,500 bid for now. I hold the gentleman's call here. So in fairness to all, 1,195 is the bid now, and the bid is 1195. 5 bid now, the bid is $1,195,000. I take the call in front. You've got some cushioning under 1.2. $1,195,000 bid, the bid of 1195. Calls here to the front. 1195 bid now. We've made way for you there. The bid is 1195. Played the good hand in the auction. 1195 bid. The bid is $1,195,000 now. All the astute thinking goes on now. $1,195,000 to the gentleman here. Now we give 3 calls. Is it a 1.2 straight out bid? Clear the decks. $1,195,000 once. 1.2, thanks sir, the bid is 1,200,000 now. One bid 2 and the bid is $1,200,000 bid, and he makes the move to 1.2. Breezes up with another $5,000 bid, and the bid is $1,200,000 now. If you want to hang around for another auction this afternoon, we're off to Karuna Road at Stanmore. That's our 4:15 auction. 1,200,000 the bid now. The bid is $1,200,000, and I've got the call here to the front. One bid now, one a bid now, 1,200,000. Gentlemen, I'll give you time here. The bid is $1,200,000 bid. Anyone else who'd like to firm up with a stronger bid? And from our opening bid of $1 million, we hold a bid now of $1,200,000. $1.2 million bid. Once.
Another $3,000.
Another $3,000. 12033 the bid. The bid is $1,203,000. Was that the circuit breaker? The bid is $1,203,000 bid. 1203 the bid of 3. The bid of $1,203,000, and I hold the gentleman's call here. One a bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. One a bid now. $1,203,000. The bid is $1,203,000. I'll go back to Madam and Sir here in the bid of $1,203,000. $1,203,000 bid. How does this race finish? Once. $1,203,000 bid. Twice. $1,203,000 and 5. 2 more to make it 5. Bid, and the bid is $1,205,000. 1205 we're bid, the bid is $1,205,000, and he gets back in front, the bid is 1205. One the bid now, one a bid now, one a bid now, $1,205,000, the bid of 1205, and I hold the call here. Madam and Sir there. 1205 bid, the bid is $1,205,000. Step onto the pedal now, the bid is $1,205,000.
8.
8. 1208. 8 the bid now, the bid is 1208 and the bid is $1,208,000 now. 1208 we've been bid, the bid is $1,208,000. Here is my call to the front. Bidding has taken its way to $1,208,000 now, and it's the two gentlemen here with the offer. $1,208,000 bid. Once. Twice. $1,208,000 will buy this property if there's no advance. Third call. Left. 10. Well, he did the Stephen Bradbury. Circle the field. The bid is $1,210,000. 1,210 the bid now. The bid is $1,210,000. And from under the shade of the tree, the bid is $1,210,000. 1,210 the bid now. The bid is $1,210,000. I got the bid is $1,210,000. Against you now, gentlemen here. $1,210,000. You were the pacemakers earlier. The bid is $1,210,000. One bid now, one a bid now, one a bid now, one a bid now, $1,210,000. The bid is now 10 a bid, $1,210,000. And I've got the bid to the left-hand side. 1,210. $1,210,000. Once. Twice. So at $1,210,000. Third call. Left. Sir. 15. 1,215. 1,215 we bid. The bid is 15 and the bid is $1,215,000. 1,215 been offered. The bid is $1,215,000 now. Who goes up from there? 1,215 the money. The bid is 15 and the bid is $1,215,000. Back to you, sir, if you like. Back to madam and sir here to the front. The bid is $1,215,000 bid for it. First time asking with a bid of $1,215,000. Twice. $1,215,000. Here to the 20. 25. 1,225. 1,225. 25 bid. The bid is $1,225,000. Bid and offered $1,225,000. 30. 1,230. $1,230,000 bid. One bid 23. The bid is $1,230,000 now, and the bid is 1.23. I've been offered $1,230,000 is the offer. Am I hearing a little bit more? But the bid $1,230,000. $1,230,000 bid. Once. Twice. 250. 1,250,000. $1.25 bid. The bid is $1,250,000, and he's shot to the front with a bid of $1,250,000 now. 1-2 bid now, $1,250,000. The bid of $1.25. The bid is $1,250,000. 1-2 bid now, $1,250,000. Made the bid $1,250,000. 55. 1,255. Not to be outgunned there. The bid is $1,255,000. 1,255 bid. The bid is $1,255,000. Gentlemen here to the front. The bid is $1,255,000 on this CAMPSIE home. $1,255,000 with an R3 medium density zoning. $1,255,000 bid now on the first time asking. Twice. And I am bid $1,255,000 now. Third is last.
You sure, sir? You're
Getting a prompt here. 1,257. 1,257 bid. The bid is $1,257,000. 60. 1,260 bid. 1,260 short sharp. 1,260. 1,260 the bid now. The bid is $1,260,000. The bid is now 1.26. And the bid of $1,260,000 we hear. The bid of $1,260,000. Round we go again. The bid is $1,260,000. My office here to the front. And so it is. $1,260,000. Here. Once. $1,260,000. Twice.
60.
$1,260,000. Third. Final call. We're all short. Right. Set up. Left.
Yeah, we're good.
Pardon, sir?
2-7.
270. 1,270 bid. 1,270,000 now. 1.27 bid. The bid is $1,270,000 now. I bid 1.27. The bid is, gentlemen, you get time. The bid is $1,270,000. We'll see it right through to the finish. Won the bid. Now the bid is $1,270,000. Takes the bid, and the bid is $1,270,000. Home and income opportunity here, and the bid is $1,270,000. Beadora Cottage is the name of the property. The bid is $1,270,000, and that's my first call. And at $1 million, come over here, sir. $1,270,000. There goes the opposition. $1,270,000 bid. Twice. $1,270,000 bid. It's chewing faster. 1,271. 1,271 now. 1,271 offered. The bid is $1,271,000 bid. Now the bid is 1,271. I've got $1,271,000. My calls here to the front. The bid is 1,271. Give you time, sir. $1,271,000 is the offer, and the bid from the opening bidder, incidentally, is $1,271,000. First time. Twice. All sure. $1,271,000. Gained or lost for $1,000. $1,271,000. Third. Last call. Left. Bidding. There was a young person's hand went up. Centre. Left.
He's out. He's out.
Sold. Here. Right to the front. Well done to you. Congratulations, sir. Well done to you. Thanks, everybody. That's the gentleman here who's bought. Congratulations to you. Well done. Thanks on behalf of Richardson and Wrench. See you at Corona Road. Our next offering.
Music